The vulnerability of Storm continues to show here in issue number 3 of Storm's Earth's Mightiest Mutant. You already know what to do. Roll that intro, cuz. Yeah. What's going on, Geek Corner? This is your boy, Earthsmack the Mad Scientist, and welcome back to the Orange Phoenix Media channel, one of the hottest black up-and-coming comic book YouTube channels on this side of the Dakotaverse. So today we are covering Storm issue number 3, and man, this issue is packed with so much information, but there's one particular thing I really want to touch on. There's one main point that I definitely want to touch on, and that is the mental state of Ororo Munroe. That's the mental state of Storm, because she's dealt with loss. She's been in wars, and right now the war above all is taking its toll on her, whether directly or indirectly. So that's what I really want to focus on. So let's jump into it. So I know one thing is probably going to confuse you is that Maggot appears in like the first couple pages of Storm Earth's Mightiest Mutant, because, you know, have you been reading Storm in the past? You know, Maggot went to the great beyond. But here, Storm is able to go to different realms. Like she says, in the past 2 months, I've visited Valhalla, Helheim, Duat, Aru, Yomi, Zabalba, Dajalia, and many other afterlife realms, and none is a paradise in a way we usually presume. So that's how she's able to go see Maggot and talk to him. Now, do she have the ability to actually, you know, take him out of the afterlife and put him back into Earth realm or the real world or whatever the case may be? Yeah, she got the ability to do that. But there's consequences to action. So yeah, she said she will move heaven and earth to do that. You know, she would actually do that. But that's not really the focal point. It's something that she said to Maggot, because she says as she visited other realms that involves the afterlife, she says he must still be alive somewhere, when she refers to Dr. Voodoo. She's like, but I found my parents. My mother continues to avoid my company. And Maggot's like, ouch, like just give her a grandkid. Parents love grandkids. She's like, I did give away her Ruby, the only thing she left behind for me, to secure medical services for mutants in need. She taught me about sacrificial giving, so I did not think that would upset her. She's like, but now, here's the thing, that's something that is wearing on Ororo. That's something that's wearing on her. Now, I know she said it in such a conversational way. Like I wouldn't say it in a flippant way, but she said it in a way that it was foreshadowing, because as you go further into the book, she gets taken to beyond the confinements of the multiverse by this person in an astronaut suit. And a person in an astronaut suit says, look, I'm sorry I brought you here without asking first. Now they're being chased by this cosmic phoenix-like being. Now it's not to be confused with the Orange Phoenix, because that was Storm initially thought it was at first. But this astronaut-like figure, like, I can assure you, that is not Jean. You need to get the hell out of Dodge. We need to get up out of here. So they go into this river, and Storm pulls this person out. Now, as he takes this astronaut helmet off, it is revealed to be Indare, Ororo's mother. Now, this is what I mean by foreshadowing, because she mentions the relationship she got with her mom. Now, as Indare is like passed out, Storm caught this fish. Now, I know I didn't show you in this panel, but that fish was ready to eat them both. He's like, listen, can y'all just be in my mouth? Like, I just want to see how y'all taste or whatever. And I'm like, who would be willing to do that? First of all, like, why would you stupidly do that? Because if he likes how you taste, he's going to continue to eat you. So like, why would you do that? So Storm would do what she do. She fried that thing. She put that thing over a fire. and Storm says, you're awake. And then Dari says, you know, that fish might have been the physical embodiment of gluttony, or all fishy smells in this multiverse, and you just killed it for food. And Storm is like, yo, what am I supposed to do? Like, I'm just sitting here waiting. I'm hungry, yo. Like, do you want to eat this fish or not? Do you want this cornmeal and hot grease fried or not? Which one do you want? And she says, you not my mother, are you? Now, she says that with tears in her eyes. Now, mind you now, Storm has been to different realms of the afterlife, where she says she saw her parents. Her parents are long gone, like they are in the afterlife. And she says, I'm Indari Monroe, like your mother, but not the one you know. And she says, a different universe. Yes, a different universe. So why did you bring me here? And please, no more vague. It's for your own good answers. And so that's what she says. She's like, your universe is dying, Aurora. At what point does this stop being the boy who cried, the universe is dying? Some being that defies my understanding comes along to tell me that the universe is dying and that I must fight to save it. In the end, I discovered that I am simply a disposable piece on their cosmic chessboard. In the end, the universe is safe in a way that I am not sure if it was ever truly in danger, but my body and soul are introduced to new hurts. In the end, I'm the one who dies, one piece at a time. And she says that's because when you became the host of eternity, your fate became entangled with your universe, and your universe has been dying ever since. Oblivion made death a part of it. That seed now germinates and spreads across our entire universe cluster. Very quickly, all that will be left is the realm of death and the oblivion void, like it was in the very beginning before creation. It's our entire multiverse cluster that's dying this time. This isn't what I was. And look, even though Storm is getting all this information about the multiverse and about her universe, at this point, she don't give a damn about none of that. Like, she's literally staring in the face of a parent that's been deceased, that is not really her parent, that's somebody that her parent that she already realistically seen in the afterlife, and there are some unresolved issues there. Like, I think it's a thing of, no matter how powerful you are, you know, whether you have abilities or money, there's certain levels of trauma that you have to address, right? There's certain things that you got to, put to the forefront. And she's like, look, I cannot do this. It's nothing. I want to concentrate on what's going on. She's like, I am hearing my dead mother's voice. I'm seeing her face, and that voice is telling me about the universe, not what I want to hear. This is the most you have spoken to me in ages. And it is about this, to my point of saying that. And then when she had to like take a deep breath for a second, she had to take it back for a minute. She's like, why did you bring me here, mother? She's like, I'm sorry, Indari. I meant to say Indari. She's like, it's fine. I don't mind at all. In my universe, David and I were engineers. We created so many brilliant inventions together, but never our own Aurora. She's like, I need you to take me back to my world. I should be there with them if the universe is indeed dying. I should be there to take care of their little needs while I prepare to face the gargantuan hurdles ahead. She said, I'm sorry, but nah, we're not doing that. Like, why would I snap you away from looking at a crime scene to put you here, to snap you back over there after I told you the information I told you? I'm not doing that. And she says, there's no stopping the war that's killing our multiverse cluster. There's no stopping the betrayals coming your way. There's no stopping the secret machinations of your enemies. You will only survive this by giving up on everything that you hold dear, Aurora. So this is a lot of weight, okay? Like, for this to be a mini, and I hate the fact that this is a mini, this is a lot of weight, because what I told you was just, to me, is a main point of this book, but there's other things that have transpired in this book. Dr. Voodoo is in play. Like, he's getting the dead. Like, he is controlling the dead at this point. I mean, like Wolverine and different thunder gods and stuff like that. So there's a lot of things that's happening, like, you know, between the scenes and the conversation with Megan and all the other stuff. And the fact that Indari is talking to Aurora and let her know the multiverse is in flux, like the multiverse is in danger, and the multiverse cluster is on the verge of dying. So there's something that you're willing to do. You got to sacrifice everything. So if I'm taking a wild guess, my hypothesis to this is, by the time this is all said and done, the level of power, or cosmic power, that Aurora has may not be present by the end of this. Like, this might be one of the things that she sacrifices, but hopefully that unresolved issue that she has with her mom, she can actually resolve that issue with her mother, even though she's you know, side by side with someone that looks like her mom, that is basically her but in a different universe. Hopefully she's able to have that conversation with her by the end of this series and try to make amends as far as what's going on. You know, she thought she was doing the right thing, just like she said in the beginning of the book. Like, it's this Ruby that she sacrificed. And maybe that Ruby is the power play. Maybe that Ruby is the one thing that is causing all this chaos. Maybe that's what this is. Maybe it's that small sentence that Storm said about her mom and how she's upset with her. Maybe that is a bigger part of the play here. But let me just say, I thoroughly enjoyed this book. I thoroughly enjoyed the entire series of Storm, Earth's Mightiest Mutant, and the previous series by the same author, Maria Aradale, which is, I find it strange because, you know, this should have been just an ongoing. I know they took a break with Rogue Storm and stuff like that. And, you know, I issue my complaints with that. That's not the fault of Maria. That's not the fault of his. But I feel like this should have been just an ongoing series, man. It didn't have to start over at number 1. It really didn't have to do that, because I feel like out of all the solo series out of the X-Men, Storm is the best one. I feel like Storm is the best one, like bar none, like just straight up, because it's been a breath of fresh air to see. There's been a lot of lore in there. Like I barely scratched the surface when it came down to covering this book. I just covered one particular point of this book. There's several points in this book, which I highly encourage you guys to go out there and get this book of Storm issue number 3 and finish out the series as well. Go ahead and put it on your pull list. So you already know what to do. Hit that like and subscribe button and that notification bell, because once you hit that notification bell, make sure you select all. That way you get notified on all of our content, whether it's live or recorded. And do not forget to hit up our Discord server. So if you're not a member of our Discord, go ahead and click on the link in our description below. That way you can join like-minded individuals like yourself. So see you guys next time. Peace.